When I was a child, I wanted to sing like my favorite pop singer. I asked my choir director for private lessons. Instead, she secretly prepared me for the entrance exam to a classical music college. Imagine someone tells you, you wanna dance hip hop. First, spend 5 years learning ballet. Many years later, I decided to return to the music I had always loved, popular music. That's when I discovered something surprising. One of the biggest myths in singing is this: if you want to sing pop, you should learn classical singing first. Almost every beginner has heard this advice. Some people even say classical singing is the foundation for every style. But is that really true? After more than 10 years singing in opera houses and more than 10 years performing in musical theater and teaching contemporary styles, my answer is no. You don't need classical training to become a healthy pop singer. Don't get me wrong, I love classical singing. It gave me a wonderful career and I'm thankful for everything it taught me. But classical singing was never designed to create a pop sound. If it were, every opera singer would automatically be a great pop singer. And we all know that's not true. So, why so many people believe you should study classical singing first? The answer is mostly historical. Until quite recently, classical singing was the main form of professional voice training. About 300 to 400 years ago, a new vocal tradition began to develop in Italy alongside opera. Singers needed a technique that allowed them to perform long, demanding roles and project their voices over a full orchestra without microphones. Over time, this evolved into what we now call the bel canto tradition, one of the most refined vocal techniques ever developed. Popular music developed very differently. Its roots are in folk traditions, in lullabies, gospel, spirituals, work songs, country music, and many other styles that ordinary people sang in everyday life. The goal wasn't to project across a huge theater. The goal was to tell stories, to express emotions, to communicate with people. These two traditions grew in different directions because they had different artistic goals. And I think that's the biggest misunderstanding. People often confuse healthy singing with classical singing, but healthy vocal function is universal. Classical singing is one style, pop is another. Both use the same voice, they simply use it differently. I actually fell into this trap myself. When I was a child, I wanted to sing like my favorite pop singer. I asked my choir director for private lessons because I wanted to sound like her. Instead, she secretly prepared me for the entrance exam to a classical music college. Looking back, I am grateful. It gave me a wonderful career and unforgettable experiences. Many years later, I decided to return to the music I had always loved, popular music. That's when I discovered something surprising. It wasn't just changing styles. I had to learn new vocal habits. Classical singers had to fill huge opera houses without microphones. To do this, they developed a very special resonance strategy, including something called sFormant, which helps the voice carry over an orchestra. Pop singers don't have this problem. A microphone is only a few inches from your mouth. Instead of singing to the last row of an opera house, you're often singing as if you're talking to one person, sometimes almost like telling a secret. Of course, pop songs also have powerful moments, but they all need soft, intimate moments. Learning to sing quietly was actually one of the hardest things for me after my opera career. I had to discover colors in my voice that I had never really used before. That's why I encourage my students to practice with a microphone from the beginning. Just listen to Sade. Her voice is soft but incredibly expressive. Another big difference is vibrato. In classical singing, vibrato is almost always present. pop music, vibrato is an artistic choice. Many singers begin with a straight tone and end vibrato only at the end of a note. Summertime. Learning to sing a clean, straight tone was for me one of the biggest challenges after years of opera. Classical singers usually aim for a lower larynx, a lifted soft palate, and a richer, darker tone. Pop singers stay much closer to their speaking voice. The vowels are often brighter, the sound is more direct, sometimes there's more twang. Hey, hey! Neither approach is better, they are simply different sounds. Breathiness, it's another good example. In classical singing, a breathy tone is usually something singers try to avoid. In pop music, it can be a beautiful artistic choice. A soft, airy sound creates intimacy. Artists like Billie Eilish use this effect brilliantly. So, should I learn classical singing first? If your dream is pop singing, no, learn pop singing. And if your dream is opera singing, learn classical singing. Every style has its own techniques. Of course, learning more than one style is a great idea. I enjoy both tennis and ping pong, but they are different sports. The same true is for singing. Now you might be wondering, what's about musical theater? This is actually one of my favorite subjects. So musical theater deserves its own video, and I'd love to talk about that next. If you'd like to explore different singing styles yourself, take a look at the Time to Sing app. Different styles need different sounds. This is why you will find in our app different exercises for pop, musical theater, or classical singing. Our goal is to help you to build a healthy voice and then give you tools to create the sound you want. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments, did you start with classical singing or did you begin with pop? I'd love to hear your story. See you in the next video!